and welcome back to my kitchen, Cooking with Carol Diane. Tonight I'm making what I used to call kind of the poor man's dinner. There's a couple of different versions of a poor man's dinner, but really what it is just either taking some leftovers and making a dinner, or something that's, you know, cheaply made for meals. However, my hamburger isn't cheap. If you watched my last video where I showed you I went shopping, I bought 2.5 pounds of hamburger, and I said I was only going to use half of the hamburger, which here is half of that hamburger that I'm going to use tonight. And I'm going to make me something, gosh, I haven't made in quite a while, but I used to make all the time for my family growing up. I really did, because it went a long ways. So tonight are the hamburger bacon patties that I'm going to make. And so simple to do, really they are. So I'm going to take my hamburger here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it, and this one happens to just kind of be falling apart on me, but that's all right, we'll work with it. Set that over there a little bit, need some room. I also bought in my grocery shopping that I did some just regular bacon. So I'm going to open that up and get it ready for what I'm doing. Like I said, this particular dinner, so simple. It's just me again tonight. So bear with me, because I'm just going to fix quick little dinner. But for you people out there, young people, that have never done this before, this is so simple. And like I said, it does go a long way. So I brought out the cast iron tonight. I'm going to turn that one on pretty high. And I'm going to take, if I section this off, some of it is still a little bit frozen because I had this one frozen for some reason. I'm not sure why I did. I'll try to get, let's see here. Let's see how many of these that I can make. You can make them as big as you want, as thick as you want. But I'm going to try with this just to show you. So you take the hamburger, and of course you smash it down like you were making a hamburger patty, like you were doing hamburgers even out on the grill. I put this in my microwave to get it defrosted just a little bit. Dogs got barking at something outside, kind of forgot about it. So a couple of the little edges are a little cooked, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I'm the only one here going to eat it. It's still going to taste good to me. Okay, so then you'll take a slice of the bacon, the strip of the bacon, and real simple. You just wrap it around the meat, like so. And then what I like to do is, to keep it all together, I'll take a toothpick. I have the longer toothpicks, and I just kind of stick it in and bring it out the other side. Okay, so that's one patty right there. Now they'll cook up just a little bit. You don't need any oil, grease of any kind in the pan, because they're gonna have some fat that comes out of the bacon and the hamburger. So that's gonna coat the bottom of the pan. Again, we're gonna take another slice of bacon. I didn't buy expensive bacon. This was just some bacon that was on sale at the grocery store. Again, take another toothpick. Toothpick's there to hold it together. You'll be taking the toothpick out when you put it on the plate when you're serving it. Okay? Now you may think, well, they look pretty small. They're really not. They will cook and be nice, unless you want, my husband likes them that thick. But he's not here to eat this. I am. I hope you all enjoyed my little video that I did yesterday. I was showing shopping and what to buy for 2 weeks of food and 7 meals that I'm going to be fixing. So I mentioned this one, and this is exactly what you can make with the other half of your hamburger, or a meatloaf. But I'd already made a meatloaf when my husband was home, so I didn't want another meatloaf. So this will be just fine. I will be doing another video on the things that I think you should have in your kitchen. I get the biggest kick out of comments, and one of them yesterday was from my daughter-in-law that she thinks I have like a general store. Her and her mother both have like a general store that you can go in and buy just whatever, or not buy, but have in the grocery store. I don't know that I have that, but what I do have are things on hand, yes. And I think everybody should either have certain things in their pantry. The gal that I talked about yesterday, I asked her if she had a pantry, and she said no. You know, she just puts her food in the cupboard, the kitchen cupboards. And for years, many years, in fact, I still pretty much don't have a regular pantry. I have cupboards in my back room, laundry room area, that I call my food pantries. But I've never had a real nice food pantry. Just never lived in a house that had one. So the food that I bought at the grocery store, yes, had to go in the cupboards where, yeah, you put, you know, your dishes and glasses and different things. You had to have a couple of cupboards left for food. And so if that's what's holding her back from buying for 2 weeks, I don't know. But I'm trying to help out the young, I really am. Because I get a big kick out of them that they, some of them just still don't know what to do on a lot of things. They really don't. Okay, so there's 6 patties. So either 2 or 4 people can have this meal. Pretty simple. Turn it up just a little bit more. I will add some salt to it and some pepper to it. And just let that brown and cook just like if you were cooking them, like I said, out on your grill or having them in the house that you were cooking for hamburgers or something, because that's basically what they are. But I'm going to be doing other things. My second little skillet over here, this is for, let me clean up my area here for just a minute and remove the bacon for my next little project. That all cleaned up. To have everything nice and clean when you're starting something. Food's food, bacteria's bacteria. Okay, so with having husband home, and he just left to go back to work, we had meatloaf and we had mashed potatoes. And if you're like me, you know, there's always some left over. So this was something I grew up with. My mom made this, grew up with this, and no cocoa. I did it a lot when the kids were little also. So what you need to do, make a little bit more room for you to see here, is, and I'll get a spoon so it looks a little bit better for presentation. So here's the mashed potatoes. So take a good amount of the mashed potatoes. Big scoop of them like that. And you're just going to make a patty of the mashed potatoes. Just a little patty. I'm going to add some Crisco butter flavor to my skillet over here. Just enough that I need, because you are going to be, yes, frying these. Again, poor man's dinner. Simple, easy. Anybody can do this. Anybody. Anybody. So there is one. And these also, you can make them, you know, as thick as you want or thin like this. I'm going to wait just a few more minutes till that gets just a little bit more hot. These will brown nice. And they're very tasty. They really are. I had kind of forgotten about them until I thought about this recipe, and I thought, oh my gosh, I used to make that all the time. Why don't I go back to making that? And you stick that down in a hot skillet. That'll get hot here in just a minute. It's already getting hot. And that uses up some leftovers, doesn't it? That you think, well, I don't want any more mashed potatoes as far as the mashed potatoes. What else can I do with these potatoes? You can make the patties. Patties. Stick them in here. And I'll do one more. No, I won't be eating that many patties tonight all by myself. But because I'm cooking them, I can certainly put them in the refrigerator tomorrow for lunch. I can bring them out and have my little potato patties. Let me wash my hands real fast. While everything is sizzling and cooking over there. Sizzling and cooking. Get my spatula all nice and clean here because now I want to turn my hamburger patties over that are bacon wrapped. And turn over. Got to brown and cook nice on each side. You don't have to do this inside. You can do it out on your grill. Certainly would be good out on your grill. You want that bacon to be cooked and a little bit crispy, because it's good when it's crispy. Very good. Simple little meals that I fix, aren't they? They really, really are. Simple little meals. Grab my other spatula here. It's pretty quick. I need to turn these. And these can just cook and sit until the hamburger is done. But with these also, you want to get them brown. All the way around brown on both sides. And a lot of times I'll take this out. So I'll take the hamburger out and use this pan, the skillet, to cook the potatoes in afterwards. But because I thought I would make some gravy, that's what I'm going to save the skillet for when I get done here. Putting that in. Okay, so I don't know that you can see that, so I'll bring it on closer to you. All the way around until they're nice and brown. I'll go a little bit longer on both sides until that's nice and brown. Not to burn them. Turn your fire down just a little bit so they don't get burned. And the same thing with these. Just keep turning them until they're done. And then I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back to show that the meat is pretty well cooked. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the skillet. Nice hamburger patties wrapped with the bacon. Leave the skillet on about medium high for that. And then these little guys, just going to sit right over here, just for presentation's sake a minute. Really, these are good. They really are good. I really can't wait because I haven't had these in quite a long time, so it brings back memories to me. Always memories of cooking when my kids were little. Okay, so that's that part. Now I want to take what's in here, and it's still pretty warm, very warm, in fact. I want to add some flour in here and get this gravy going. What do I add with it? Some water. Get it going. Get my base going. The hotter the skillet, the faster you need to whip it. Need some more. Don't worry about those lumps. They're going to go away. So this is just a nice brown gravy that I'm having tonight with this. Not a white gravy, but a brown gravy. Because my drippings that were in here are dark anyway. They really are. And you just keep stirring that. Now, I've shown you the other way where I normally put the water in here. There's 2 ways to make gravy. There really is. This way, and this way gives you the little chunks of the, well, you've got the little meat chunks in there, and the little chunks of the flour in there. If you don't like that, just keep stirring. My skillet, my electric skillet, or not electric, but cast iron skillets are very, they hold the heat. They're very hot. I almost was going to do this dinner tonight in an electric skillet, but I haven't used my cast iron in a while. So I thought, maybe this would be fun. Got the old cast iron. I'm devoting a whole little section in my next cookbook that I'm still working on to cast iron. I really am. There's always the UPS guy that comes late in the day. Just sets off my dogs. Or they'll hear some truck going down the street that they're not used to. That does. Okay. Now, again, if I want to strain this, let me go see what they're barking about a minute. Okay. While I was taking care of the dogs, I just kept stirring and stirring and stirring on my gravy, which took out most all of the lumps, and that's what it will do. Now I will get this and something else to come out here with. So my dinner tonight, and I had leftover peas from my microwave that I just, from my microwave, that I microwaved from the other night of having my meatloaf. So again, it's kind of a leftover night, but also showing you what you can do with the other half of a package of hamburger. So if I was to take one of my patties now, put it on my plate, go ahead and stick this on my plate of my potato patty, put my peas on there. I mean, this is pretty fast meal, don't you think? Pretty fast. Go ahead and get my gravy. And the gravy can go for either the meat or the potato or both. It's your preference on that. And that is a simple meal, the poor man's dinner, that, you know, pretty fast to fix with the hamburger and leftovers of what you have. I hope you've enjoyed this little video that I'm showing you from my kitchen to yours. I'll catch you next time on Cooking with Carol Diane. Bye-bye now.